Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am Elizabeth Hefner here with my friend Jackie Hastings. We're both Sapphire ambassadors with Plexus, and we are both PTs. We went to PT school together. That's how we met. And it's just so amazing how God has just kept us together over these years and brought Plexus into our lives, and that we can be here together to share with you, learn from our experiences, learn from our tips, because we have lots of great things to share with you. So welcome to Team Impact. I wanted to just very briefly cover with you our triplex system. So this is our cornerstone gut health system. It's the Slim drink, our ProBio 5 probiotic, and our BioCleanse magnesium plus bioflavonoid supplement. So this is what we talk about as being our replenish the gut with good bacteria, get rid of the bad stuff in our gut, get good nutrition in with the bioflavonoids, help with immunity. We're increasing our serotonin production when we have a healthy gut. And then we are also helping our body to rid of toxins and rid of the yucky stuff that can build up in our system. Our system here is also responsible for helping our GI tract to be neutralized, and diseases can't live in a neutral environment. They want to live in an acidic environment. So you're affecting your overall immunity with this, as well as supporting the liver and helping our cells to regenerate. So different body systems, heart, lungs, nervous system, muscles, brain, all of that, it all can regenerate, and it all happens at very different rates. And so when you're consistent with something like this program, this system that's super simple, you can get up, you can take everything first thing in the morning, you can drink your pink drink during the day, you can take your capsules in the evening or at bedtime, or you can split it up, whatever works for you. And we will help you with that. We'll send you a handy chart. We'll send you information that you need for the other products that you've gotten, and we're here to help you. But it's a super, super simple system. And using that system over time is going to help you feel even better and better and better. So we're addressing so many body systems with this. And what I find fascinating with Plexus is that we're healing from the inside out. It's not a quick fix. It's not a Band-Aid. It's not a magic potion. However, it might feel like that because you will notice that you're feeling better right away. So my biggest tips to you are stay in contact with the person that helped you get started, because that is your gateway to any question that you have. Okay. We have lots of information available. We have stuff in our team page. We have our gut health group. There's so much information available that it's not a lack of knowledge around here. And we are here to help you find that. Also, make sure that you're drinking water, lots of water. So half of your body weight in ounces. Jackie's going to talk for a minute here.
So half your body weight in ounces of water per day is so important. Every single cell in your body needs water. And if you're working on killing off all of these bad things and rebuilding the good, you need to have enough water to keep your body feeling well and take all of the bad stuff out, or you keep it in your body, which is the exact opposite of what you're wanting to be doing. So those are really important tips to help you be successful.
Yes. And committing to yourself. Like, we say what has been said, I've read it a few times, is that it's easy to break a promise to ourselves. We tell our kids, like, hey, I'm going to take you to the park today, and we will go hell or high water to make sure our kid gets to the park that day, right? We tell our boss, yes, I will get that done for you by the end of the day, and we kill ourselves to get it done. We say, hey, husband, I'm going to make you that special dinner that you've been looking forward to, and we make sure it happens. But when it comes to ourselves, we're like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. So you've made this investment. You've made this investment to yourself. Just stick with it. It's going to take some time, and that's okay, because nothing happens quickly. We're PTs. We went to school for over 5 years because we learned and we had that goal in mind, right? We had this desire. I don't know that anyone gets a degree in a couple of days. My nephew just finished a degree in a couple of years, which is still super fast and incredible, but it was more than 2 days. It was more than a couple of months. And so we really recommend 120 days, and it may require some tweaking. So ProBio 5. I was on antibiotics as a child multiple times. So I take 3 or 4 of these. I had to work up to about 4 to really get my sugar cravings under control and to help my good gut bacteria to be more favorable. The BioCleanse has some magnesium in it again, and that is going to help. It helps with relaxation. Magnesium is important in over 300 cellular functions in our body. And it takes time. I just recently learned this, to correct a magnesium deficiency, which most people are, can take a very long time. It's something that takes a long time to build up those stores. So I used to take 5 of these every day for a couple of years. Now I take 4, sometimes 3. And my mom, she can only take 1 or 2. So every body is different. It's okay to tweak. It's okay to, hey, I am going to the bathroom way too many times or something. Like, let us know so we can help you, or I'm not going enough. Okay. So these are supplements, or plant-based. You're not going to have harm from taking them. You might have changes, but that's okay. And definitely talking to us will be really helpful. So anything else on that, Jackie?
Well, I think that kind of goes along with those changes, right? And some of those changes, when we're trying to do something new, whether the end result is going to be better for us, some of those changes can be a little uncomfortable, right? If I decide I'm going to start working out and I go and I lift like a crazy woman, or, if it's been a while and I just start off, I might be sore the next day and I don't go, oh, I'm never doing that again because I'm sore today. I go, ooh, I need to tweak this a little bit. What can I do to work through some of this soreness? Because my end goal is big. And I know that if I stick with it, I'm going to get there. So how can you help me be successful? And that's what we need to know from you, is how you're feeling, so we know what we can do to help you be more successful. And if we don't know about any of the challenges you're having along the way, we're not able to do our jobs helping you. So keep your end goal in sight of what you want to be better at, or what you are looking forward to as your goal. And when you've got your eye on that, it's like 80% mindset and 20% skill set for so many things. So if your mind is in it, you're going to get there. So those are some of my suggestions with that too.
Mm-hmm. And I think, Jackie, I don't think you had too much detox involved with starting Plexus.
I really didn't, which is surprising because I was one of those, I know, right? I was one of those kids who had all of those ear infections and all of those things. I grew up in a family where both of my parents smoked when I was younger. So I had a lot of infections just because of the things I was constantly exposed to, and even after that, I would have sinus infections and UTIs and all of these things. So tons of antibiotics in my system. So I think the only weird thing I had is, I called you and said, I think my urine smells really gross. What is going on? But other than that, I didn't have, a lot of fever, chills, body aches. And so you're not always going to have some of those things. So if you do have some of those things, it's something to celebrate and think about. And it's a reminder to yourself of how deep of a hole you were in and how much this is making a difference. So for me, just those small changes, but how much better my body was feeling compared to where I was at before was huge.
Mm-hmm. And that's where that mindset comes in. Like, I personally was on supplements from my doctor's office. I was paying a lot more money for way less ingredients, way less supplements, but he had me on alpha lipoic acid, which is in our Slim. He had me on magnesium. He had me on a probiotic. And I still trust him to this day and love how much he's helped me with some autoimmune issues. However, I didn't really feel differently. And when I found Plexus, I did get into some detox. And so some of my autoimmune issues were exacerbated. However, I did celebrate that because I'm like, well, this stuff has to be working because I feel differently. And I also, at the same time, had more energy. I didn't want to say, hey, kids, let's go read a book so I can take a nap at 3 p.m. Or, hey, let's put a movie on so I can close my eyes. Coffee cravings, sugar cravings, both went away pretty much immediately. And so I had these positive changes and I had a little detox, and I just had that mindset. This has to be working because I feel differently. And when we can realize that, it just helps us move that next step forward. So anyway, those are our tips. Now we have amazing products, you guys, across the board. We have the reset, the 3-day metabolic supported reset. It's amazing. The science behind it, pure gold. The science behind our ProBio 5, pure gold. The way that our scientists have put these ingredients together and offered them to us is amazing. We have skincare. We have the weight loss line. We have a kids line. We have a pain discomfort relief line. We have meal replacement protein shakes. We have so many amazing things, and they are all absolutely incredible. So as you get going, ask questions, figure out what that next thing is that you want to try. We even have our loyalty program with the Plexus perks. It's called Plexus perks. So as you're ordering your stuff, you're earning these credits that you get to cash in for free products. So look at what it is that you might want to add on and try. It's always that next step. There's lots of really great things. Our vitamin, our multivitamin, incredible. The science behind it is amazing. So we have information on all of that. I'm not going to talk about all of that right now, but definitely ask your friend that got you started, like, hey, what else would I like to try? What else do you think? What else do you take? Ask those questions so that we can help guide you into that next step for you.
I think along those lines, one of my favorite add-ons to use, my family goes through a ton of this. It's ridiculous. It's the Active. It's our clean energy drink. And I can tell you, I would much rather my family be drinking this than those energy drinks that are full of really bad things. This actually, it has antioxidants in it. It has clean energy. You're not going to get the jitters and weird shakes from that. My husband, he used to be really addicted to Coke, and I'm talking the kind you drink, not the other kind. He's replaced that habit with his Slim and his Active. And my teenager even, she'll drink it versus some of the garbage that her friends are drinking. And so being able to have that option of something healthy to be able to have out there to give you a little boost when you need it versus going to those carbs. So those carb cravings, those munchy cravings that you have is your body's way of telling you, hey, I need a little bit more of a boost. And that's often because we're eating up all of that with the yeast that we've got in our bodies. So as those cravings start to go down, if you've worked really hard and you just need something extra, this is a really nice option for you to replace those things.
Yeah, we love Active around here too.
It's a good one. So that's just something that if you've got those extra perks or you're wanting to add on, that's a wonderful add-on for somebody. And we keep them in the car, we keep them in our purse, and that's one of the tips that we want to give you too, is have these products available where you're going to use them. Throw some in your purse, throw some in your car, throw some in your bag, have them by your toothbrush so that when you're doing your normal daily routine, they start to build into your routine. Because you know what? They only work if you take them. So you've got to stay consistent. You have to be committed to the products, to the system, to your success. So that's definitely some tips, is make sure you actually take them, because they're not going to work if you don't.
Absolutely. And the other thing that we have found is that people are 80%, that is a high percentage, more successful with their health journey when they have an accountability partner. So, it's so easy, you guys. Like, we're already sharing stuff we like. Hey, I loved this sale that I found at Kohl's. Hey, I found this new toothpaste. Oh my gosh, try this restaurant. Hey, check out this recipe. All of my kids loved it. We're already naturally sharing. So when you say, hey, I'm feeling better on day 3 of taking this pink drink that seems like magic, right? But it's science. Then you can only help your friends and family feel better. And you can only pull in those accountability partners so that you can do this together. I have had over the years different friends that are like, I'm going to the gym tomorrow, and I'm like, I will be there. And I don't want to, when that alarm goes off and I don't want to get up at 4:30 in the morning, I am showing up because I've allowed them to be my accountability partner. And I think that that is so important. If we can have some friends, pull in your mom, your sister, your best friend, your husband's coworker, like whoever it is that you're talking to that would want to feel better too, pull them in with you.
When I think along those lines too, not being afraid to talk about this. We're not afraid to talk about a recipe we're sharing. We're not afraid to talk about our sale that we found at Kohl's. We're not afraid to talk about, a favorite Bible verse or something like that. So those are all things that are adding value to people. So if you know that there's something that you're using that can add value to people, like this, where people can feel better, they can have help with their health and finances, there's, why not share about that too? And in doing so, you're helping a lot of people with options that they might not even know that they had available, right? So
Absolutely. And
definitely.
that's kind of how I got started sharing Plexus. I saw other people posting about their Plexus journey. I saw people posting about some of the events that Plexus corporate was sponsoring. I saw people doing fun things with their kids. I'm like, well, I'm already on this health journey. I already like healthy things. Why wouldn't I post about this too? And it really was not a stumbling block for me personally. And Jackie, on the other hand, was like, no way. So I'll let her explain that too. But I really saw like a company that was rewarding hard work, rewarding people for saying, hey, like, let's do this together. Amazing bonuses, a car program through Lexus, a convention that when you see pictures of, it's like the red carpet for everyone. It's not just in the hotel basement or something like that. Like, it's legit. Let's celebrate and let's gather. Our corporate execs say all of the time, and they have ever since I've been with the company, if you're blessed, be a blessing. And Jackie and I have felt blessed every single step of the way of this journey. Blessed that we're helping others, blessed that we are getting paid by the company, blessed with the use of products and how it's changed our health trajectory so much in our families that we just really can't help but share because it's amazing.
Yeah, Elizabeth talks about being a little stubborn on the sharing at first. And for me, it was because I'm like, my husband's a PT, I'm a PT. I don't need extra income. We were comfortable plus, right, where we were at. But where I wasn't comfortable is where I wasn't able to be there for my family. And so, talking to a couple of people who had